Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm Lipstickpaddy, and today we're looking at Tapeworm. You're looking at Tapeworm? Yes, we are looking at Tapeworm. Here's the highlight reel. Ooh, we've stumbled on a cultural phenomenon here. Alright, from the creator of The Binding of Isaac, which is a massive computer game. It was huge, and it was an indie title, one of the biggest indie titles ever. This guy, when he does something, it breaks news. It is that big. So we've got a big designer here from the video game industry. Frosthaven, look out, this thing's coming for you. The designer himself has said, please go for the $25 because family game, and he has designed this to play with his niece, a kid's game. A game that young kids can easily play, and it's a game your mum and dad can play with you. Worms are excellent worms too, and that's a strange thing to put for a thing, isn't it? It's not even talking about the game. Edmund Macmillan wants to infect you with tapeworm. Deliberately more family-friendly versus the darker imagery of Macmillan's previous games. He does have a warped mind, or is perceived to have a warped mind. He has warped games. Asha, the artwork is fabulous. Useless. The only one that's good is the forums one. It talks about the game. $57 to Mexico? What are you sending it by courier? On a motorcycle from the US? That is insanity. The angry one, the cutesy one, the get rid of the cards in the hand, a bit like dominoes. You're trying to get rid of all your dominoes. It feels like dominoes. You know, that's a bit of take that in here. That's the advanced mechanic. For me, it looks not good. In fact, it's very simple detail. It's something that could have been designed within a week. Drew this out and here with his hand drawing, and then applied it to his desktop publishing software, and then just banged out what you're seeing here. So fairly simple. I think this pink box here is not as good as this one. I'm not even going to go there. $100. Are you kidding me? People paid this to get a piece of line paper with a drawing of them, and that is outrageous. Alright, stretch goal then, you get some stickers. Whoopee-doo. One card at the $250,000. That is so weak tea. One card you're getting through these stretch goals is outrageous. Come on, can't do more than one card. $150K for the next stretch goal. What? What are you missing here? Stickers, a poster, and a couple of cards. And that's it. That is it. This is super short Kickstarter. So these kind of games just completely go over the top of me. I don't understand the appeal. I really don't. There you go. Tapeworm. To put simply, not my cup of tea. So that's what it is. It's nice and simple, guys. It's nice and simple. But we're going to go into the Kickstarter to see what the fuss is about. What is the fuss about? And this is a nice short video, so it's unusual for the channel, but here we go. Let's go. Let's go to the Kickstarter right after this very important message from the channel. Kickstarter Radio 102.4 does not stand still. It is constantly evolving. Our Saturday show has just been upgraded to the newest, skinniest version, where we only look at the games we covered in the week in a new, skinnier format. Also, our live show on Sunday has been trimmed off the fat too, and we look at games that we could not cover in the week that are full of promise too. And also, we will be covering all the interesting and cool games that are worth your attention, so it is worth subscribing to this channel just to see all that we offer. So why not subscribe and make this channel even better, as we have a ton of social stretch goals, so this channel gets bigger, better, and better for you, the viewer that loves Kickstarters. So if you're bored of retail, this is the YouTube channel made for you. Alright, Tapeworm, and oh my goodness, look at this, 7,500 backers, not even in the first day. Ooh, we've stumbled on a cultural phenomenon here. We will try and unpack this big time. Well, Tapeworm. This video will explain. This guy will try to explain everything about the game. This guy is extremely famous in the video game era, and I'm going to come right down to the end here, just to stop it at a better splash screen. Come on, right at the end. You can do it, video. You can do it. Here we go. This is a better screen than the one they have, in my opinion. All right, from the creator of The Binding of Isaac, which is a massive computer game on the PC. I think it went over to consoles, maybe on the Nintendos. I don't know that history, but it was huge, and it was an indie title, one of the biggest indie titles ever. And he has a huge following, and I'm pretty sure that all these backers are just come via his social media feed. Probably. No. This guy, when he does something, it breaks news. It's that big. So we've got a big designer here from the video game industry, and he does have this kind of insane art here. But I do love this box. Oh yes, look at all those pinks. I do love it. Apparently there's more shades of pink than shades of grey, and that there is one shade of pink that will go with every single colour on the colour wheel. So there you go. Tapeworm. Alright. Frosthaven, look out, this thing's coming for you. Well, we'll see. Funded in 4 minutes. Oh my goodness. What was the funding goal? 25k. Well, and this is quite a small game. You know, it's 15 bucks for the base. The designer himself has said, please go for the $25, because if you look at the base, it doesn't include the stretch goals, and obviously these people, the 420 backers, have not watched the video. You've not watched the video. I'm only joking there. If you know, you might be updating your pledge later. He says, please go for this version. You get the pink box, the special pink gold foil box, and of course you get the stretch goals in here, which it doesn't actually say in the pledge level here that it includes the stretch goals. There are more levels though. Double Trouble gives you both the pink and the foil box. You can make the game play with 6 players. So if you want to have a big table, more friends, you can double it up. And it's interesting you can double it up because it's $40 if you got the 2 here. So you get a $5 saving with this. So that's really cool. I like that. And you can get the standard Binding of Isaac retail computer game in here also, which you can probably pick up in a Steam sale during the year for $1. It's fairly old now, so that's, don't really recommend that. And a signed edition. This game is fairly famous, and he's only going to sign 400. So yeah, this is quite nice. And yeah. It says here he will. Oh yeah, all gone here is there's like he will design something for you. There's some tiers already gone down here. I'm just mentioning them because we'll see them when we go down the main page. But there you go. So cheap, $25, family game, and he has designed this to play with his niece. So it is a kids game. Now you can see it's breaking media. Forbes
Oh, it's a game that young kids can easily play, and it's a game your mum and dad can play with you and have fun doing it.
The worms are excellent worms too, and while I wouldn't be very keen to have them squirming away inside me, they are kind of cute. That's a strange thing to put for a thing, isn't it? It's not even talking about the game.
Edmund Macmillan wants to infect you with tapeworm.
That's not related to anything. As with Macmillan's past work, the art style of the game is cutesy but gross, with Tapeworm being deliberately more family-friendly versus the darker imagery of Macmillan's previous games. Yes, he does have a warped mind, or is perceived to have a warped mind. He has warped games.
The artwork is fabulous. Lots of gross details like worms on worms. Bright colours, even the angry red worm looks quite sweet.
You can see that these are useless. They're useless. The only one that's good is the Forms one. It talks about the game. This is kind of the crazy mind, though, of the designer to put this stuff here. Just for fun. Please note that we will be charging shipping at the checkout here in Kickstarter. This is becoming a little bit of a trend I'm seeing with games that they're doing this. Backer kit, as they're calling it. Let's have a look at this. $57 to Mexico? What are you sending it by courier? On a motorcycle from the US? That is more expensive than huge big box games full of miniatures. That is insanity. And you want me to pay that when this campaign ends? That is insane. Yes, is your country as bad as this? How much is it if you're in the UK? In the UK, $12. Oh my god, it is expensive. It really is expensive. It's a $25 game with high shipping. Well, obviously these 7,500 people want to pay the price, no problem. Alright, so these are the worms. You've got the angry one, the cutesy one, the... I don't know this one. This one is the gross one with spots and stuff around it. It's fairly easy to play. In fact, in 10 seconds in the video, he explains the rules. Pretty easy. And yes, as you can see, each person's trying to get rid of their cards in the hand, a bit like dominoes. You're trying to get rid of all your dominoes. It feels like dominoes. And it's like a simplified version of dominoes, but instead of putting numbers on the dominoes, we're actually going to be putting worms on there that can go in different directions. But there is some difference here with dominoes, as you do get special cards. Cut, which is really interesting. If you're going to be cutting the red, you can grab all these red cards and just jack them out of the way. Totally destroy that part of the table if you do the cut. Peek lets you look at the top card and swap it for one of yours if you like it. Give a bad card to the person next. Force another player to draw a card. Of course, the more cards you have, the less likely you are to win the game. So, you know, that's a bit of take that in here. And, yeah, swap. Choose a player, look at their hand, and you may take a card from it. So, yeah, you effectively swap. That's kind of interesting one. And dig. Draw a card from the deck, then discard a card from your hand. Fairly simple, that one, isn't it? Just an exchange. Right. If at any time a player completes a fully connected ring, they may discard 2 cards. That's the advanced mechanic. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, for me, it looks not good. It doesn't look good. There's not that much detail. In fact, it's very simple detail. It's something that could have been designed within a week. It really does. It's like the designer here put the art together very quickly, and you could have potentially done it even quicker. So yeah, the art is so simplified, and so yeah, you know, you cannot place open ends of cards against other cards unless they connect correctly. What? Yes, of course they have to follow the color that's coming here. This white cannot be attached to a red. It's like dominoes. If that's a 6, you can't put a 1 next to a 6. Domino rules. And you cannot place cards that would fall off the edge of the table. Yes, the table space is going to be a thing here, especially if you buy the 2 boxes and you know, got 6 players. So yeah, he basically drew this out and here with his hand drawing, and then applied it to his desktop publishing software, and then just banged out what you're seeing here. So fairly simple. A little bit of a story here. Super Meat Boy, fantastic game. So he just wants to make a simple game that he can play with his niece, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, it's a kid's game right out of the bat. It certainly comes at the price point of a kid's game, and it's got retail all over it, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure if I got it at retail on Amazon, I would get free shipping. So the Kickstarter, what is it getting you? Again, he's like, go for the Kickstarter exclusives, but you know, if you're just playing it with your niece, if you're getting this, or even your daughter, or you know, your young son, nephew, I don't think they're going to be too interested in the unlocked cards. Oh man, again, the shipping just kills it for me. I mean, I don't know about you. Let me know how the shipping is for you in your country in the comments. I think this pink box here is not as good as this one. I don't like it's just one uniform colour of pink. Don't like that at all. I don't know why they just don't jazz up this box, or at least have this as a sleeve so I can just take it off. I really don't like this box. I think this one looks really nice. Alright, there was a Binding of Isaac board game. Oh no. Alright, I'm not even going to go there. He would draw you as a worm, and this one's already sold out for $200. Are you kidding me? People paid this to get a piece of lined paper with a drawing of them, and that is outrageous. People just throw money at such tat. Still surprises me. It will always surprise me. Alright, stretch goal then, you get some stickers. Whoopee-doo! Stretch goal next one, a fold-out mini poster. Whoopee-doo! And a $250,000, a 4 Souls monster card. 1 card at the $250,000. That is so loot weak tea. 1 card you're getting through these stretch goals. It's outrageous. Come on, can't do more than 1 card. And look at the distances between 150k for the next stretch goal. What? So if they're unlocking 1 card per stretch goal, I mean, Just wait for the retail box. What are you missing here? Stickers, a poster, and a couple of cards. Now this might go into its gazillions and unlock a whole amount of content, but if anything, if you look at these cards, they look more complex, and you're probably not going to put these in the game with your niece or nephew or whatever he's designing it for, because they're just complex. They put more complexity in the game is what they're doing. And that's it. That is it. This is super short Kickstarter with a simple game, simple art, simple premise, simple price, extremely offensive shipping prices, and there you go. You know, there's stuff on this page that should be here. Rulebook. Age. What age is it going for? I think in the video he does have his niece playing. If we roll it back a little bit here, I don't know how old that is, but young. It looks young. There's no FAQ yet. Updates are just on the cards, which is nice, and a bunch of comments of people excited about their project. So yeah, you tell me, are you excited for this game? I'm certainly don't have the excitement at all, and it just looks like another kind of game where you're connecting tunnels, but in this game it's just dominoes, a reskin of dominoes with some special cards. I mean, it's such a simple premise, and when these games pop out like this, in Exploding Kittens are the same. What was the other bloody one? Throw Burrito. These kind of games just completely go over the top of me. I don't understand the appeal. I really don't. You know. But anyway, here we go. We've got an indie game on Kickstarter from an indie developer, one-person team, and it's made for kids basically, with a little of complexity there for the adults to enjoy, and there we go. Tapeworm. To put simply, not my cup of tea, but maybe you have a family that you think may appeal to it. But the other question is the shipping friendly for you? Well, on that bombshell, this has been Kickstarter Radio. I'm Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.